Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well and welcome to my channel. So today, as you can tell from the title, this video is going to be about my basic guide to perfumes and common mistakes people make, and mistakes that I've personally made, but I have obviously learned since I am a fragrance lover. If you'd like to see my perfume collection as well as my top summer 5 fragrances, I will leave that video in the description box down below if you guys are interested. But I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to get straight into it. Also, I will be looking down quite a bit because I have written a few notes on my notepad just to remind me. So the first common mistake that people make, and I feel like everybody I know does this, and I always have to tell them, like, no, that's not how you apply your perfume. So a lot of people spray it on their pulse points, which is where you're supposed to, but where it's, I guess, it makes more sense to apply to your pulse points. So they get that right, but then they spray it, like, let's say on the wrist, and then they rub it together, and that's something that you really don't want to do because it ends up spoiling the fragrances, especially with fragrances that have all fragrances that have a top, middle and base note. You end up kind of destroying that top note. So do not rub your fragrances together, just spray on your pulse points and that is it. Do not rub together, as it forces the top notes to disappear, and as a result it makes your fragrance not last as long. The second thing I want to talk about is familiarizing yourself with a fragrance or with fragrances that you like. What works for me may not work for you. Everybody has a different body chemistry, so I would suggest going into the perfume store and trying out different scents and not just instantly buying it there and then. Spray it on your skin, see what the base notes, how it works with your body chemistry, and see if it works for you. Like I said, everybody is different, so what I may like may be different to what you may like. So definitely familiarize yourself with certain fragrances. Eau de toilettes don't last as long as eau de parfums, but for me, I have some eau de toilettes, for instance Marc Jacobs Daisy, which for some people doesn't last very long, but for me it does last a decent amount of time. So definitely familiarize yourself with fragrances. Also, in relation to how to make your fragrance last longer, the best time to apply perfume is when you come straight out of the shower and you use an unscented lotion. I actually didn't know this. I've always used an unscented lotion anyway, but the best time to wear your perfume or to spray your perfume in order to make it last longer is straight out of the shower. This is because the moisture on your skin will lock in the scent, and it also prevents fragrance and staining your delicate clothes and jewelry, which is another thing that I have made the mistake of doing. I would literally wait just before I leave to spray literally like drown myself in fragrance, and I've realized that is not the best way to apply perfume. It's straight out of the shower so that your body can lock in that scent and therefore make your perfume last longer. The next thing I have for you guys that I think would be a great tip is to layer your fragrances that you know that will work well together. That's something that I was never really into. I would just always use just one fragrance depending on how I felt, but these days I'm starting to layer up fragrances as I'm starting to realize what works together. And one quick tip is to apply the stronger fragrance first and then the lighter fragrance, so that the first fragrance doesn't overpower the second one. Also, if you're someone like me that does have quite a bit of fragrances, and obviously you don't want your fragrances to go off just because they can get quite expensive, in order to make your fragrance last longer in general, I would suggest you leave them in a cool, dry place, since heat, light and humidity break down the perfume and lessen the quality of the fragrance. So as you can see, my perfume is right there, so it's out of the sunlight, and so therefore it will last a lot longer. The last and final thing I want to talk about is to target your pulse points, which I kind of touched on a bit. So your pulse points are your wrists, inside your inner elbow right here, behind your neck, also the backs of your knees, which is a weird one that I was a bit confused, but that's something that I've been doing lately. And basically what that does, it also not only makes your perfume last a lot longer. Warm areas help diffuse the fragrance across your entire body, and spraying your ankles and calves allow the scent to rise throughout the day. Also, this is another thing that I've heard people do. I personally haven't tried it, but let me know if you've tried it. And people spray a cotton ball of their perfume, and they put it inside their bra. I'm not sure if it works. Let me know if you've tried it and if it works, but if it does, great. Also, along with targeting your pulse points, you can also apply some Vaseline to those pulse points, as the ointment helps hold the fragrance to your skin longer than if you were to spray it on dry skin. So if you prefer to shower at night and obviously you want to wear your perfume throughout the day, you can just rub a bit of Vaseline and that will help lock in the scent as well. So that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys found it informative and helpful. If you guys know of any other kind of perfume hacks or common mistakes people make, leave that in the comment section down below, because I'd really be interested in that. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And what else is there? My Instagram, which is up there. If you'd like to follow me, feel free. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.